Alright. We should be good in here for the rest of the night. Perhaps even in a few days, if we can track you down some food and water. I think there is a lake real close to here. I bet I could wrangle up some fish, too. I use this place quite often during the day to protect myself from those wretched, rotting abominations while I sleep. You would be plenty safe here while I'm away. Oh, right. Humans can't see in the dark. Give me a moment. Pretty sure I left some candles in here for my last stay. I don't need them, but they make it a little less gloomy in here. Here they are. And I think I left a brand new lighter over here on the table. Yep, right here. Right where I left you. Now, let's get some light going in here, yeah? I know how to make candles, if you ever wanted to learn. I mean, you're free to go separate from me if the danger's passed by, but, it would only be beneficial to you to stick by me. I'm stronger than 5 of those buggers put together. Sorry, I'm getting distracted. I'll light these candles now. There we go. Yeah. Use this candle now to light the others, and there you have it. Much better now, yeah? Good. I'm glad. Would you like to take a seat? I do try to keep it fairly clean in here. I may technically be a monster, but I'm still a monster with some standards. I'd love to hear more about you. As you can imagine, conversation is somewhat scarce in the apocalypse. You've been pretty lonely too, huh? I can imagine how rough it's been for you out there. No one watching your back or anyone to talk to. Always running. I'd like to try and help you with that from now on, if you'll let me. We can only benefit from each other, I protect you and help you survive, and then in turn, we both give each other company, conversation, and in dire circumstances, and only with your consent, a pint of blood every blue moon would help a lot to keep me strong. Animal blood works fine, but human blood really helps where power and strength is concerned. You want to know if I have ever killed before when I feed? Perhaps, very early into becoming a vampire, and it was an accident. But I would never hurt anyone. And I've gotten good at it, not hurting people. I'm dead set against killing those I feed from, even if they weren't exactly willing. I would only take a pint from each victim, and I would never harm them otherwise. Harming people is never what I've wanted. One, because it's wrong, and they've given me a precious gift for my survival. Two, less people around means less blood to go around. And that's when a lot of usually good vampires without the willpower and discipline to partially survive on animal blood, will go off the rails and become desperate, taking more than they should. You say you look into my eyes and you feel like you can trust me? that that makes me feel really good. Thank you. So, what's your name? That's a lovely name. But you say you prefer a nickname? Your mom always called you Moon because you were born at night with a full moon in the sky? That's a beautiful reason. I like that. Alright, then I will call you Moon. You may call me Max. I am an Aquarius, and before all this shiz hit the fan, I was quite the fan of classic literature, and I love to paint. I'm still on the prowl for any art stores that haven't been thoroughly looted yet. You have an appreciation for art. Um, well, would you like to look at some things I've done? I mean, it's kind of weird, but I made do with what I have out here in the woods. I made canvas from dried deer hide and brushes from wood and animal hairs, paint from berries and flowers. Gotta get creative. Otherwise, you'd just be bored to tears and lose your mind. You'd love to see what I've done? Awesome. One sec, wait right there. Ah, here it is. I finished this one just a few days ago. You like it? I painted an area of the forest. I thought it would be nice to pay some tribute to the nature that provided me with what I needed to stay sane. Well, thank you. That is a lovely compliment. I will take that. What about you? What do you enjoy? You like to read and imagine places better than reality? Well, I think that is more than plenty understandable, especially in these current days. Who wouldn't want that little escape from all of this? Well, we'll see if perhaps we might be able to find you some books. There are some shelves on the wall over there that would be great for a small collection of books. If we wanted, we could make this old crypt really quite comfortable. It's big enough. Some beanbag chairs and a futon with plenty of throw pillows. That doesn't sound half bad. I think I know a town I can check out later once these damn zombies clear out. Until then, if you're alright with it, you can share my coffin with me. So long as we keep the door shut, I'll leave the lid off. It's really quite comfortable and clean. I have plenty of blankets in there, and I regularly wash them down by the river, not too far from here. Sounds like a reasonable temporary solution to you. That's great. I mean, I'm really very happy that you will trust me that much. I mean that. It's been quite a while since anyone has really treated me as anything more than a monster, despite the fact that I try very hard to not be like most other vampires that don't really care about human lives. You can tell that I'm different. Thank you. That's really nice to hear. You know, I never asked to be this. I always thought it was horrendously unfair and cruel to be regarded by so many as so vile. When this was forced on me to begin with, why do you think I try so hard to feed on animals anytime it's possible? I don't want to hurt people. I never have. And trust me, like I said in the beginning, it wasn't easy to resist the bloodlust. I hate myself a lot, frequently for what happened, for what I did. What happened? I don't usually like talking about it, but you've placed such huge trust in me. I think I can do the same for you and confide in you my story. Hmm. How to begin it? Well, it was 1913. It was late May. I remember it was just starting to get hot. I was frustrated and upset. My parents were ordering me to marry this girl, a daughter of their oldest friends, but I had nothing in common with Cora, like nothing at all. She was the type of girl that had to be clothed in the latest fashion and host fancy dinners for fancy people. I didn't care about that. I just wanted to paint. She hated artists. She called them lazy layabouts and that I should become a lawyer or something that makes a lot of money. Not that my family needed it. We were very wealthy. But anyway, after getting into a huge argument about Cora with my father, I went out for a walk, headed towards the local tavern to get a pint and just think. I sat there by myself for almost an hour, off in some dark corner, just sipping my beer and lamenting the loss of control over my fate. And this woman approached me. She was a beautiful, well-endowed redhead. And I was a young 20-year-old and I was really emotional. I wasn't exactly thinking straight, and I'm certain that's what she was banking on. Yeah, she was the one who did this to me. She ordered me another pint and coaxed me to keep drinking my problems away. Then, when I could barely string a sentence together without slurring, she took me upstairs to the room she was renting. We, had relations, and she bit me. She near drank me dry. And then she forced me to drink from her. I remember terrible pain. all through my body, and then I passed out. When I woke up, she was gone, and the tavern owner was bent over me, yelling at me to get out or pay for another night. I I'm not proud of what happened next. Alright, just don't judge me too harshly. I was so angry, and I didn't understand yet what had been done to me. I couldn't stop myself. Before I lunged at him, I drank him dry until there wasn't a single drop left to drink. What did I do? I was horrified. I was a monster. I was so afraid. I went home and I tried to tell my parents what happened. But they called me insane and delusional. That I was just making up stories to avoid my duties to my family. I got so angry. I wanted to throw myself at my father and do to him what I did to the tavern owner. And then I snapped back to reality, realizing what I had almost done. And I ran. I left that house before I could hurt either of them. And I never looked back. I've been searching for that horrid wench that did this to me ever since. I'll never stop hoping I find her and take my revenge. Hmm? Have I killed again since the tavern owner? Well, yes. Murderers and abusers of various kinds, the sorts society would benefit from being without. But even then, I only did that every once in a while when I really needed to. Otherwise, I was very careful to feed strictly on animals in the forest. Mm. When I had to feed off of normal people, like I said, I was very careful to only take a pint and no more than that. I, it kind of made me feel better to find out later through research that, the tavern owner had been a wife beater, and when I killed him, his wife got everything. She got the tavern and all his money, and she was never under any man's foot ever again. She actually turned that tavern into quite the establishment. Small comforts, you know? At least she had some peace at last. Hmm. Looks like a storm is moving in. That should scare off the zombies for the night. Don't know why, but it seems to bother them. Hey, are you alright? You're trembling. Oh, you don't like thunder much either, huh? Hey, come here, it's alright. Shh, it's okay. You're safe. We're safe in here. It's going to be alright. Come here. I'll hold you for as long as you want. Here we go. Of course I don't mind. And may I say, being this close up, you have really beautiful eyes. Yes, I kissed you. Should I kiss you again? No words, huh? You kissed me back that time. Did you like kissing me? You weren't thinking about thunder anymore, were ya? Mm. Mm. Your lips taste really good. Mm. Do you want me to stop? No. Well then, that's simply divine, because you are one of the sexiest women I have ever kissed. Come here. Mm. Just cling to me, and I'll make all the bad stuff go away for tonight. Mm. Let's get ourselves all back to rights, yeah? Don't want you catching a cold. Though it wouldn't be a bad idea for me to raid a drugstore with a pharmacy. Or a hospital soon. Probably after the sun goes down. I'll want to have antibiotics and other things for you, just in case. Better be safe than sorry, especially now. Hey, you hear that? Sounds like the thunder is relaxing a bit, and the rainfall isn't so rough anymore. The storm may pass altogether very soon. Come here. It's gonna be okay. You want to do what? Again? Coffin this time? This is certainly one way to pass a storm.